Hey guys, if you're new to this channel, I'm Prerak Mehta और मैं अपनी जर्नी एज द फाउंडर ऑफ नेट माफिया एक वेब डिज़ाइन एंड एसईओ मार्केटिंग एजेंसी यूट्यूब पर डॉक्यूमेंट करता हूँ। आज के इस वीडियो में आई एम गोना बी डाइविंग डीप इनटू टेक्निकल एसईओ व्हिच इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट क्रूशियल येट ओवरलुक्ड एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ रैंकिंग अ वेबसाइट। आप चाहे जितना भी अमेजिंग कंटेंट लिख लो, चाहे कितनी भी नीश रिलेवेंट बैकलिंक्स बिल्ड करो, अगर आपकी टेक्निकल फाउंडेशन वीक है तो सारी मेहनत वेस्ट हो सकती है। So let's break down this entire process step by step. Now, when you're developing or maintaining your website, technical SEO should be your very first step because it's not just about speed, but it's more about the structure of your pages, crawlability, and indexing, and fixing the issues जो आपकी SEO progress को hold back कर सकते हैं. Even if you get niche relevant backlinks, अगर technical issues है, then Google might not just reward you with better rankings. So what you need to keep in mind is that before your website even goes live, what you'll come across different videos on YouTube, that first of all you need to compress the images और आपको WebP format में upload करनी चाहिए. That's true because आप नहीं चाहते कि आपकी जो images है आपके website पे वो directly आपके DSLR से आए जो कि 24-25 मेगापिक्सल्स के हो. Obviously you wouldn't want that. अदरवाइज़ होगा ये कि आपके सर्वर पे बहुत लोड होगा एंड इवन द यूज़र हू इज़ ट्राइंग टू एक्सेस योर वेबसाइट, उनका काफ़ी सारा बैंडविड्थ चला जाएगा और उनको डेटा भी लॉस होगा। तो it's best to convert your images in the WebP format and then upload it on your site. I personally would suggest to keep your your images under 100 KB of file size and then proceed to use them within your site. Next, whenever you want to include videos in your web pages or posts, always use the YouTube video embed. Now, what I mean by YouTube video embed is basically you upload your video not on your server but on YouTube server. So क्योंकि YouTube का बहुत बड़ा सर्वर बेस है, दे हैव डिफरेंट सर्वर बेसिकली कंप्यूटर सिस्टम है जो कि 24 घंटे ऑन रहता है विद एन एक्टिव इंटरनेट कनेक्शन एंड it's pretty much like your laptop or your PC that you're using, but it's more where there isn't any keyboard or monitor attached. So basically it's a computer system where it's connected to the internet, allowing you to access your content on a cloud base, right? So जब आप एक YouTube वीडियो एम्बेड करते हो, even if you're not publicly making it visible but just an unlisted YouTube video, then you can use an iframe code to embed within your site. अब इससे होगा ये कि to fetch that YouTube video, it's going to be pretty easy and lightweight on your server's load. So इतना ज़्यादा resources occupy नहीं होंगे. आप YouTube के अलावा Vimeo भी try कर सकते हो if you want to include videos in your web pages, but don't ever use your videos directly from the server that you're uploading. Alright. Next is to create a robots.txt file. Now what does I mean by that? So this txt file basically allows you to tell Google and other search engines to prevent few web pages of your site to be indexed on Google. अब आप क्यों चाहेंगे कि कुछ पेज आपके वेबसाइट से रैंक या इंडेक्स ना हो? तो बेसिकली ऐसे कुछ पेजेस हो सकते हैं जो आपके इंटरनल कंपनी या इंटरनल वर्किंग के लिए है। जैसे कि मान लीजिए कि आपने कुछ वेब पेजेस, आपका जो पूरा सिस्टम है वेबसाइट का, आपने CMS टूल से बनाया लाइक वर्डप्रेस. So there might be few pages like the login page or register page which is there on your site, but you don't want that to be indexed or ranked. Or maybe a better example would be of a privacy policy page, wherein you are complying with the laws and GDPR laws that your site is not going to sell the user's data, and you respect the privacy of the users visiting your website and so on. So you don't want that to rank on the search engines, right? So that's basically what you include in your robots.txt file. Now, before your website goes live, you need to make sure that your SSL certificate is live. Now, what do I mean by SSL certificate? बहुत ही simple चीज़ है. It's a secure socket layer allowing your website user and your website communication to be encrypted, ताकि कोई भी हैकर आके जो भी लॉगिन क्रेडेंशियल्स है वो हैक करके सारा डेटा एक्सट्रैक्ट ना कर पाए. तो मेक श्योर दैट योर SSL certificate is live and also make use of any one SEO plugin, specifically if you're using a CMS tool like WordPress, Wix or Shopify or any other thing. Now, what do I mean by SEO plugin? अब कुछ मार्केट में ऐसे प्लगइन्स है फॉर फ्री लाइक योस्ट, रैंक मैथ, जो आपको अलाउ करेंगे टू ऑप्टिमाइज योर टाइटल, मेटा डिस्क्रिप्शन एंड डू इवन मोर थिंग्स दैट आई एम गोना बी टॉकिंग अबाउट. So just make sure you are using any one of them. And what happens when your site goes live? So when your site goes live, you need to make sure that you remove any outdated content from your site. तो कई बार ऐसा होगा कि आप कुछ कंटेंट पोस्ट कर रहे हो विच माइट नॉट बी रेलेवेंट मे बी 2 years डाउन द लाइन, सो यू माइट जस्ट अपडेट द कंटेंट और just remove from your site, otherwise it wouldn't make sense. And also to update your XML sitemap. अब मैं इसके ऊपर डिटेल में कुछ बारे में बताऊंगा। बस मैंने यहाँ पे पॉइंटर्स लिस्ट डाउन किए हैं, like minifying your CSS, JavaScript, use CDN and so on. But let's just assume for a second that you are working as an SEO consultant for a company who has a website built for a very long time. They have been actively publishing blog posts on their site, but they haven't run any formal SEO campaign for their brand site. So in that case, what you would need to do first and foremost is to create a technical SEO audit. अब जो audit आप report बनाओगे उसमें सारा डाटा होगा कि टाइटल में इश्यूज है, मेटा डिस्क्रिप्शन में इश्यूज है, कौन से लिंक्स एक्टिव है, कौन से पेजेस ब्रोकन है, कौन से रीडायरेक्ट्स हो रहे हैं, कहाँ पे यू नो कंटेंट जो है वो डुप्लीकेट है। तो ऑल दीज थिंग्स यू नीड टू फाइंड आउट यूजिंग फ्यू टूल्स। नाउ द टूल दैट ऑलमोस्ट एवरीवन रिकमेंड्स इज स्क्रीमिंग फ्रॉग। अब स्क्रीमिंग फ्रॉग बहुत ही अच्छा टूल है, आई पर्सनली यूज्ड इट एंड आई लाइक इट। हाउएवर, as you can go over to the pricing side, you'll notice that the paid version is quite expensive if you're just starting out. So you can see it costs about $260 per year. Someone who lives in the US or have got international clients, then that's perfectly fine to invest in this kind of a software. But if you're working with clients locally from India or from third world countries where the cost to run an SEO campaign might not be very huge, then in that case the free version might not just be sufficient for your use case, क्योंकि फ्री वर्जन में आपको लिमिट है क्रॉल लिमिट की सिर्फ 500 URLs तक। अब मान लीजिए कि जो पेजेस और जो ब्लॉग पोस्ट उन्होंने अपने वेबसाइट पे जितने भी पब्लिश किए हैं, इट इज़ मोर देन 500 पेजेस। तो आपका जो टेक्निकल एसईओ ऑडिट रिपोर्ट है वो कहीं ना कहीं इनकम्प्लीट होगा। तो यू डोंट वांट टू वर्क ऑन अ हाफ डेटाबेस, right? So you would want to essentially go to another tool which I personally use. I found out, and this is called as Beam Us Up. और ये जो टूल है ये बहुत ही अच्छा टूल है। इट्स completely free of cost, doesn't cost you a single penny. And the best thing about this is that I don't see many SEO experts or consultants talking about it at online. So I think this is a great tool. It's obviously it doesn't cover all the features which Screaming Frog offers, but it's a good start because this is completely free of cost. Also, another thing to note over here is that although this tool is completely free and available on all the platforms like Windows, Mac and Linux, but क्योंकि मैं Mac सिस्टम यूज़ कर रहा हूँ, मुझे काफ़ी सारी दिक्कतें झेलनी पड़ी to download and use this tool. क्योंकि Mac में जो when you download this tool for Mac, it's going to be a JAR file. So you need to make sure you have Brew installed in your system, you have Java, latest version of Java in your system, and ये जो 3 कोड लाइन्स हैं ये आपको रन करनी होगी आपके टर्मिनल में। सो टर्मिनल इज जस्ट लाइक योर कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट फॉर योर विंडोज सिस्टम। एंड यहाँ पे ये जो 3 लाइन्स है जो कमांड्स थी वो तीनों अलग अलग थी, तो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर यू रन देम, ओनली देन दिस Beam Us Up software will start. If you're using a Windows system, then the process would be very simple. You'll have to download the exe or zip file, extract it out, install, and you're pretty much good to go. But if you're using a Mac system, you'll have to go through some lengthy process, right? So जब आप ये Beam Us Up software use करते हो, all you need to do is just enter the URL, target URL of which you want to create the technical SEO audit report. For example, I've just extracted out the data of HubSpot. अब HubSpot के पास बहुत सारे pages और blog posts हैं. I haven't completed the entire thing. I stopped midway because I didn't want the memory and the usage space to get exhausted out. And so this is what I did, and I exported this Excel file. You can even export this in a CSV format, and here I imported this in my Google Sheets. अब Google Sheets में जब मैंने import किया, I have a lot of different options. Like I can see all the data, I can see the status code of different pages, and you can see that यहाँ पे कुछ codes होंगे जैसे कि 200 which says that the page is live and working properly. Then you have a 301 code which basically says that although the page is not available, but जब कोई person वो link पे जाता है where they wanted to, let's just say I have a page which I created on featured snippets, ठीक है। अब featured snippets जो features of Google has now been updated with Google's AI overviews. So if let's just say some person who came across my web page, my blog post on featured snippet on Google search results, they clicked on that link, but now that page doesn't exist anymore. Rather, it's going to redirect that user to another blog post of mine, which is going to be talking about Google's AI overviews. So that is when it makes sense to use 301 redirects, जहाँ पे आप आउटडेटेड कंटेंट को सिंपली डिलीट नहीं कर रहे हो, क्योंकि यू हैव बैकलिंक्स पॉइंटिंग टू दैट पेज, you have traffic coming onto that site, so you don't want that those backlinks and those traffic to get lost away. So instead, the best way to approach is to use a 301 redirect in those cases. Also, you would find that whenever I go and look at 404 pages, it basically says that these pages are not found. Now this can happen when sometimes you accidentally delete few pages from your site, or else you feel that the content that you posted earlier doesn't make sense to keep them live. So मैं तो suggest करूँगा कि कभी भी आपके website पे 404 error pages ना रखें, even if your content is outdated. Rather use a 301 redirect with an updated content, so that you are maintaining that link juice, your traffic doesn't get lost, and more importantly, Google favors those websites and web pages which doesn't have a 404 error page. Why? Because Google की जो spider crawls हैं, यानी कि जो web crawlers है, there is a cost associated to it whenever a web page is being crawled to another web page. Eventually, when it leads to a 404 error page, Google will think like कि क्या stupidity थी ये, जब मैंने ये सारे 200 pages पे crawl किया. Eventually, those interlinked content pages led me to 404 error page. This was a complete waste of time. So I wouldn't rank this web page or website on my search engine. So you don't want that to happen, right? So just make sure you don't have a lot of 404 error pages. Only in some instances it is allowed, but I would strongly recommend to use 301 redirects instead. And how to use that 301 redirects, I'm going to be talking about in just a second. So other than this status code, what you need to focus on is title, meta description, the keywords that covered in, the different H tags you have, and all are in different spreadsheets. Although this is entire spreadsheet, or I should say a workbook of Excel book, and there are different sheets. So you can see that duplicate titles है कि नहीं है, the page, the iframe code on the page is active or not. तो जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि जब आप वीडियोस यूज़ करते हो आपके वेब पेज पे, तो आपको यूट्यूब से iframe कोड अटैच करने का मौका मिलता है. अब फॉर सम रीज़न, ड्यू टू यूट्यूब, नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ यू, बिकॉज ऑफ सम अपडेट्स इन यूट्यूब, योर iframe कोड गॉट ब्रेक अवे. सो आपके वेब पेज का जो यूज़र एक्सपीरियंस था तो वो तो रूइन हो रहा है ना. सो यू डोंट वांट दैट टू हैपन. With this spreadsheet, you can pretty much figure out what iframe codes are working and which are not. Then you have meta description duplicate, and you can find out that which titles are too long, which titles are too short, which are the blocked pages, the canonical tags, the pages which are having missing h1 tags, which you can fix on the status of your sitemap. You can even check if few pages are duplicate or not, because Google doesn't favor, or any of the search engine wouldn't favor, content pieces which are duplicate. So to give an example, when this would come in action is that, let's just say you're new to SEO, you're running a local business offering just one service across different locations. So you might just think that ChatGPT से मैं क्या करूँगा कि even though I just have one service to offer for multiple locations, I'll create different location service pages, which is what you should do. But the content inside those pages would be pretty much the same. But that's not how you should approach this thing. You should instead have different content structured in a very different way, unique way. Although the core of that content would pretty much remain the same, but the way you form the sentences and you frame the content should be different and be unique. So just keep that in mind. Now, this is the entire technical SEO audit, which will help you come up with strategy that what you should focus on, and do those things and fix those issues before you move forward with the keyword research phase. All right. Now, moving on to the part about, having the heavy work and using the different SEO tools on your WordPress site, I strongly recommend to use either RankMath or Yoast SEO. I personally use Yoast SEO, and with this tool, you can create your XML sitemap. अब यहाँ पे settings में आके, once you scroll down to the API section, you'll have an option to create your XML sitemap. अब ये टूल आपके लिए ऑटोमेटिकली XML sitemap जनरेट करेगा and you can connect it with your Google Search Console and Bing Webmaster Tool, if I'm not wrong, that's what it's called. So once you connect this with the HTML link that it will provide you, your web pages will start getting indexed pretty fast than usual. All right. And another thing that I like about these tools is that it gives you an idea how much strong your web page or content is. So it suggests you कि कौन से keywords missing है, कहाँ पे h tags होने चाहिए, आपके टाइटल की लेंथ एक्सीड हो रही है कि नहीं, आपकी मेटा डिस्क्रिप्शन अच्छी तरह से ऑप्टिमाइज्ड है क्लिक थ्रू रेट के लिए या नहीं. क्योंकि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, इवन इफ यू आर following all the different strategies like backlinks, keyword research, good content, and your web page starts to rank for those keywords on Google and other search engines. But eventually, if people are not clicking on that web page, it makes no sense. So क्लिक्स अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए आपको टाइटल्स और मेटा डिस्क्रिप्शन पे फोकस करना चाहिए. सो मेक श्योर यूज दीज टूल्स. नाउ व्हेन इट कम्स टू ऑप्टिमाइजिंग द स्पीड ऑफ योर साइट, you need to make use of Google's PageSpeed Insights tool so that you can come to know where does your web page or website stands. By the way, if you are enjoying what you're watching, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video amongst your friends and family members who might be interested in exploring different aspects of SEO. तो मैं बता रहा था कि यहाँ पे PageSpeed Insights tool में you'll get an idea about where your website stands in terms of the performance, speed, and all those different kinds of things. So when you see different metrics like FCP, LCP, CLS, which is basically first contentful paint, largest contentful paint, cumulative layout shift, ये बहुत मैटर करता है यूजर एक्सपीरियंस के लिए और गूगल के लिए भी. Why? Let me just give you an example. So let's just say a user just happened to search a particular key term on Google or any other search engine, and your web page pops up on the top 3 results. They tried clicking on it, but despite having the fastest internet on their device, maybe let's just say 4G, 5G, your web page takes an eternity to load. Do you think that person would wait just because it's your web page, just because it's ranking on the top 3 results of Google? No, it will go on to maybe the next best ranking page on Google search results because the web page over there is going to load up faster. So you need to keep that in mind, that the user experience doesn't get ruined because of the slow speed of your website. Another thing, not just all about the speed, but also let's say कि मैंने web page पे click किया. Now I saw a button to buy that product, but as soon as I went to click on that button, in that fraction of a second, an ad popped up, and eventually that click went to that ad, and now I am being redirected to that ad page or the sales page, wherever that ad wanted me to land. So do you think I will next time or even that time go back and purchase the product from your web page? No, my experience was totally ruined. So this is cumulative layout shift. How much time it takes, or how many seconds it takes for the different shifts to happen in your web page, the ad to be loaded up, the elements to get arranged in the proper format, and all those different kinds of things. That is the CLS part. By the way, I have an AI local SEO course on Udemy made specifically for beginners, wherein I dive deep into keyword research, on-page optimization, creating SEO content, building backlinks for free using different AI tools. And the course content clocks over 8.5 hours of video lectures. I've got hundreds of students with dozens of 5-star reviews, so it's a really great return on investment. Don't forget to check out the link mentioned in the pinned comment. So coming back to this video, slow load times can destroy the user experience, and users will eventually just bounce off to your competition. All right, so you need to fix the speed issues, and PageSpeed Insights is a really great tool to analyze the score, and I would strongly recommend you to keep your web page and website within a range of 90 to 100. अब ये कुछ लोग को लग सकता है कि it's very difficult, and sometimes when you are having a very huge website like a SaaS website or an e-commerce website, having in a range of 70 to 89 can be good, but try to aim to get above 90 score for both mobile and desktop. Now, discussing about all these different things, what is FCP, LCP also, basically LCP is the largest contentful पेंट, यानी कि आपके वेब पेज पे सबसे बड़ा एलिमेंट जो सबसे पहले यूज़र को दिखेगा वो कौन सा है, विच इज़ गोइंग टू टेक अवे अ लॉट ऑफ स्पेस and consume a lot of time to load. So that is LCP. FCP is the first element that will show up on your web page when the user happens to land over there, which is obviously going to be your navigation bar. So if you need to fix all of these things, now how can you make that happen? First and foremost, you need to make sure you're using a reliable होस्टिंग सर्विस प्रोवाइडर। अब होस्टिंग सर्विस प्रोवाइडर बेसिकली एक सर्वर है, जैसे कि मैंने बताया, जहाँ पे आपकी वेबसाइट स्टोर होगी सो दैट यूजर्स अक्रॉस ऑल द वर्ल्ड कैन एक्सेस योर साइट। अब यहाँ पे बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस मिल जाते हैं आपको, साइट ग्राउंड, यू नो, there is Hostinger, which I personally use, Bluehost, and many other platforms. But I'll also talk about later on that which one makes sense and which which you should go about. It's not just about the cost, but it's more on the accessibility. So when I talk about these different servers, when you host on a server on the fastest servers possible, the most premium and expensive service that you could possibly purchase, even despite that, you will have to optimize few other things. And what are those things? First and foremost is to make sure that you use a caching plugin. A caching plugin से आप क्या करते हो? Basically, you minify the CSS and JavaScript files. Now, even though you create your websites using Wix, WordPress, Shopify, eventually these web pages are created using HTML, cascading style sheet, एंड जावास्क्रिप्ट। अब ये जो सारी फाइल्स है ये इंटरनली कोडेड होती है व्हेनेवर यू यूज दोज ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप एलिमेंट्स और डिफरेंट प्लगइन्स एंड थीम्स एंड टेम्पलेट किट्स ऑफ वर्डप्रेस। सो ये जो फाइल्स है काफ़ी बार बहुत लंबे और काफ़ी मेमोरी इंटेंसिव हो जाती है। तो इफ़ यू वांट दैट टू बी लोडेड फास्ट ऑन द यूजर्स एंड यूजर्स डिवाइस, देन यू हैव टू मिनीफाई, यानी कि जो फाइल्स है वो आप कंप्रेस कर रहे हो जस्ट लाइक यू आर कंप्रेसिंग योर इमेज फाइल्स, and you are also removing any unwanted CSS files and JavaScript files when they are not needed. Now, when can that happen? Now, when I'm using different plugins which are only applicable on maybe let's just say contact page, जो contact form है, it is only going to be used on the contact page. It doesn't make sense to load those files when someone is trying to access my blog post or the home page. So you don't want that to load first, correct? And also the loading process should be asynchronous. यानी कि मान लीजिए कि मैं किचन में जा रहा हूँ, आई एम कुकिंग अप माई ब्रेकफास्ट, सो आई एम नॉट गोना फर्स्ट पॉप 2 slices of bread in my toaster, wait for it to pop back up, then apply butter and then eat and then go ahead and make my banana milkshake. When my bread are being toasted in the toaster, in the meantime I'll make my milkshake. So that is a parallel process that's happening. Similarly, when user is trying to access your website, you want the HTML, CSS, JavaScript files to be loaded parallelly. So that's the async process. Also, this is a trial and error process. कई बार आपके वेब पेज के जो कुछ एलिमेंट्स है वो ब्रेक अवे हो जाएंगे क्योंकि आप मिनिफाई कर रहे हो, async process यूज कर रहे हो. तो you have to test out and see which files is working and which files is required for that accessing for that particular page, right? Now coming to the part that also, other than this caching plugin which I'm using, which is called as Lightspeed Cache plugin, it's not something that you should use this plugin if you're using if your website is being hosted on SiteGround or Bluehost. Why? Because Lightspeed Cache is compatible with websites which are hosted on Lightspeed server. अब आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि आपकी जो सर्वर है उनका आर्किटेक्चर कौन सा है? You just need to Google up. There are 2 or 3 different kinds of architectures of servers. One is Lightspeed based, which is pretty modern technology and pretty cheap, like hosted by Hostinger. Then you have old technology, which is Apache and NGINX based, offered by SiteGround. So जब आपकी वेबसाइट SiteGround पे hosted है, then I would recommend you to use WP Rocket. अब WP Rocket $99 cost करता है for a 1 year of subscription. Lightspeed Cache, on the other hand, is free to use. So you need to figure out whether you want to change your hosting service provider or not. All right. And another thing is that whenever you purchase your hosting service, make sure you use a CDN. Now CDN is basically a content delivery network, यानी कि आपके जो सर्वर के क्लोन बन जाएंगे अलग अलग कंट्रीज में, ताकि जो आपकी वर्ल्ड वाइड ऑडियंस है वो एक्सेस कर पाए आपकी वेबसाइट को pretty fast. So that's basically CDN. All right. And when you talk about these different caching plugins, you can see you can optimize the page, image, database, whatever is being stored, and all those different kinds of things, right? Another plugin that I would highly recommend is Asset Cleanup. अब ये जो plugin है वो बहुत ही pro को मैं suggest करूँगा. Why? Because अगर आप Asset Cleanup use करते हो, you get an option to delete few files and which are not being used when accessing certain pages on your website. So if you're deleting those pages and it breaks away your website, it would be a little bit difficult to roll back to the changes. So this entire process of minifying the files and making sure that your website gets a performance score of above 90 is sort of a trial and error basis. One another thing that I would like to cover is that also keep in mind that you use a schema markup code within your blog post so that it ranks up on the Google AI overviews, and it just shows up your content and gets indexed the content pretty fast. So यहाँ पे you get option to create schema code. अब यहाँ पे आपको डिफरेंट ऑप्शंस मिल जाएंगे जैसे कि FAQ सेक्शन, हाउ टू। अब कई बार आपने देखा होगा कि जब आप गूगल पे सर्च करते हो, लेट्स जस्ट से यू आर सर्चिंग फॉर अ रेसिपी हाउ टू मेक बकलावा, तो यू गेट स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसेस दैट फर्स्ट टेक दीज बकलावा शीट्स, देन टेक pistachios, then take a sugar syrup and all those different kinds of things. So that extracted out information is it's possible because that webmaster had used this schema code within their blog post. So you essentially create this FAQ, you enter your question, your answer over here. It will create this entire code which you need to copy and paste within your blog post in an HTML format, right? It won't be visible directly, but it will be visible for the search engines to index your content on their SERPs. Alright? अब जब आप बैकलिंक्स के लिए आउटरीच कर रहे हो, वेबसाइट हेल्थ मैटर्स अ लॉट. गेस्ट पोस्टिंग या हैरो क्वेरीज के लिए एडिटर्स वांट टेक्निकली साउंड वेबसाइट्स. अच्छा साइट हेल्थ is going to give you better chances of scoring high quality backlinks. मैंने एक 10-step framework बनाया है to evaluate backlinks quality before getting them for my clients. अगर आप interested हो, why not check this video out next?